guys, it's Sam and this is my September book haul. I'm filming this a little early, so I think that there's a couple other things coming this month, but I am going to be out of town the very last weekend of this month, so that's why I'm filming this a little bit early, and you'll just get a little extra stuff in the October haul. Or really, I'll get extra stuff in the October haul. We all will get extra things in the October haul. So the first book that I got in September was The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This I bought right before BookNet Fest because I wanted to read this as a vacation read. I do have a review up for this book, so I'll link that on the screen. I also did a reading vlog while at BookNet Fest for this book because this was a book that Sarah Jane challenged me to read for our Read That Book Challenge, where her and I challenge each other to read books off of our TBRs, and we film it when we are reading it. So I have already read this one, but this is a haul and not a wrap-up, so you'll just check out my other content for my thoughts. By the way, this is a hate to love adult office romance. Then we have not a book thing, but I thought that a lot of you would really enjoy hearing about this, so I wanted to tell you all that I'm starting this journey. My friend Bethany from the Bibliophilic Witch was replacing her Avatar: The Last Airbender collection with apparently a new collection that just came out, so she sent me hers. I've never watched this series in its entirety. I started season 1 when it was available, I think on like Amazon Prime, like over a year ago, and only got through like 4 or 5 episodes. Liked it, but just didn't have the time to get into it at that time. I've always shipped Zutara, even though I've never seen those parts of the show. So now I have all 3 seasons, and I will be watching these at some point. I don't know when, but when I need sort of happiness but also pain because I know that Zutara is not canon, then I'll watch these. So I'm very excited. Thank you, Bethany, for sending these my way when you got your new collection, because now I get to experience the joy. Then I was sent a few books this month from Tor. The first one is The Nightjar by Deborah Hewitt. This is one that I didn't hear about before it got sent to me, and I pretty much had a rule this year that for the most part, I think always up until this book, I have not kept a book unless I wanted it before receiving it, because I'm trying to get rid of the books in my TBR, but this kind of just appealed to me on a lot of levels. Also, something on the info sheet said something about like comparing it to The Night Circus, but this is about a girl who sees these visions of birds, and she discovers that she actually does have magical powers, and she gets taken to this place called the Rookery where she's being trained, and the birds that she sees are these miraculous birds that guard our souls. And I think this is probably the tagline that got me. It said, Alice must risk everything as she navigates a dangerous world of magic, marvels, and death cults. Why not? Then lastly, I was sent The Warrior Moon by Kay Arsenault Rivera. This is the 3rd and final book in the Tiger's Daughter trilogy. I don't actually know what the name of this trilogy is because it's not printed like on the things, but the first book is The Tiger's Daughter. I have yet to read the second book. So what's fun about this is not immediately going on my TBR. It will replace the second book, The Phoenix Empress, when I read that one, which will hopefully be soon, and that's recently been chosen as a Patreon VIP pick. So this getting sent to me was also like, hey, time to catch up on this series that you love and adore and you like screeched about when the first book came out, and then I've not read the second book because I have deep fear that I'm not going to enjoy it, but I think I will, but I still have fear. So this is the 3rd and final book, so then I can finish the series. Probably not this year because it's already almost October at this point, but I can dream, you know? This is a fantasy story, by the way, that's about 2 warrior women in love. And I love them so much. And it is in this like very dark fantasy world, and it's inspired by East Asian, I believe, culture. It's a couple different East Asian cultures. So really enjoy this series, and I'm excited to see what the conclusion brings after I read the second book. So trying to keep this haul short and sweet, we lastly have this month's Owlcrate box. As you probably know, I'm an Owlcrate affiliate, so if you want to, you can use my coupon code, which is down below. That doesn't give me any kind of financial gain, that's just for you guys, but you can get a percentage off your box if you're interested, and Owlcrate sends me a box every month for me to unbox to see if it'd be something you guys are interested in. This month, I know, is a spooky theme, and I'm just kind of not in the mood right now for spook. My anxiety spikes like super bad in the fall, which I've recently realized. You'd think after all these years I would know that, but now I'm like, this is a pattern. So I'm avoiding anything even slightly triggering to spook, anything spooky really. So this box is gonna be a real treat since I know there's probably a spooky theme to it. I forget. Yeah, Fear the Night. Awesome, great. But I love spookiness, well not spookiness, spoopiness in the rest of my life when I'm not having anxiety. That's the double-edged sword that is anxiety. Anxiety is the evil twin of excitement, And it haunts us all. If it doesn't haunt you, then I'm very jealous. First thing we have is these, keep your bones warm fingerless gloves. These are just Owlcrate exclusive fingerless gloves with little skulls and stuff on them, which is cute, and I will wear outside when it starts to get chilly. Actually, it's been chilly here a little bit. This weekend, as I'm filming this, it's gonna go back up to 90, which I'm like, wow, super rude, Fahrenheit. But this morning, it was like 47 degrees Fahrenheit. I was wearing a hoodie, so it's getting to be about that time. Ooh, something I can't smell but want to. Ooh, maybe I can. I can! There's a little hole in it because it's coffee. This is an Owlcrate exclusive Bones Coffee caramel corn. Bones coffee. So see, it has a little like skeleton and stuff. And obviously it does kind of smell like caramel corn coffee. I don't drink a ton of coffee, but I like to keep things like this around for the scent and for the aesthetic. I think they've also done Bones coffee before in the past, maybe last like Halloween time, I don't know. Ooh, Fear the Night trinket dish. Fill this beautiful trinket dish with your jewelry treasures, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, I like this. This is like, so far this is a nice goth box, which I appreciate because it's not quite spooky, it's just kind of goth. Oh my god. Speaking of the original goth Mary Shelley, beware for I am fearless and therefore powerful. I love it. She, guys, if you don't know about Mary Shelley being the most goth queen of all time, I just want you to know that she would like hang out on her mom's grave a lot. And I think she's the one, I'm 98% sure she lost her virginity on her mom's grave. Very gothic, very creepy. Sort of love her, more power to her. She invented like a whole genre with Frankenstein stuff. I'm just saying, she deserves all of our praise. My god, that is so pretty. I love it. And this is something I knew that would be in here. They said last month that every box was going to get a classic horror design thing. This is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, which I will not be reading. Oh, I sure won't. I sure won't. No. Your girl doesn't read horror. I would have liked to have gotten maybe like Frankenstein or something. I don't know what other ones were options. Do I own a classic version of Frankenstein? Oh, my classic shelves is down here like hiding. I already own the vintage classic of Frankenstein, so maybe I wouldn't have wanted Frankenstein, but I don't want this one. I don't read horror. I maybe will read Frankenstein sometime, because that's just kind of goth, you know, and it's really about like humans being the monsters and things like that, but no. So yeah, if there's other ones that are maybe like, I mean, the only few goth literature that I want, I already own in vintage classic edition, so I will not be reading this horror story. No, I won't. No, I sure will not. And there's this little print that says Beware the Autumn People by Ray Bradbury with just like ghost spook, stuff like that. Again, just like slightly too spoopy for me. Like I'm not like a big graveyard person, you know? I'm not. I'm a woods person, you know? There's certain aesthetics that I just appreciate more. Then we have a little chapter sampler of the beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. I have an ARC version that I do plan to read in October, actually. And the book this month is The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. I think I've seen this cover around, but I haven't heard much about this because, again, I don't look at scary books. Reading the synopsis, maybe. So this follows a family of gravediggers, and their graveyard that they are taking care of and tending is built on a land that like the Fae used to be a part of. So sometimes the dead don't stay dead, and they rise as bone houses basically, which is like the result of a curse. And so they are sort of tasked with preventing this and keeping this from happening. And the main girl, who's the main gravedigger, has to team up with the mysterious mapmaker's apprentice. Everything kind of goes from there. As per usual, this is an Owlcrate exclusive cover. It is signed, and there are some swag and a letter from the author as well. So this also comes with this month's pin, which is themed towards the book. That's a very pretty like skull flower pin. This is an enamel pin. It's collectible. And then you have this month's little monthly newsletter. So this compares the original cover to the Owlcrate cover. It has like interviews with the author and like people that work at the different companies that they have merch from and things like that. It's so weird to be opening like an October-y themed box in September, but as people have told me, obviously that makes sense because then people can enjoy the spookiness and read the book in October, but I'm like, what? It just feels so weird. I'm like, it's spooky, it's September, but it's like, well, October's right around the corner. But for October's theme, it's going to be Dawn of a New World. So space. And every October box will contain an exclusive item for your kitchen from little, mine's not printed right, something design. Doesn't say because mine's like a little weirdly printed, but it looks very pretty. So there's going to be a kitchen item, which is great, but space. Space is better than horror. I need space. It's really kind of funny because how I'm helping to combat my anxiety is reading fun sci-fi romps and playing Mass Effect 3. It's like a sign. So comment down below and let me know what books you got in September and what book you're most excited to read. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.